Tension builds within Ferrari after the Miami Grand Prix. Seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton was seen visibly irritated with the team's strategy decisions, raising questions throughout the paddock and among supporters. Is there something more to the feud between Hamilton and the Scuderia? Let's get into what went wrong, what was said, and what it implies for the future of Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari seems to have a lot to address after the Miami Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton was left visibly upset with the strategy decisions made by the Maranello-based team. There's a growing divide between what Hamilton expects and what he's actually getting from Ferrari. This has sparked a conversation. Is this the beginning of a turbulent relationship, or was Miami just a one-off? In the sprint race, Hamilton called his own strategy and pulled off a podium finish, a remarkable achievement. He was hoping to take that momentum into the main race. But being on P12 at the start made it tough from the get-go. Nevertheless, under the virtual safety car, a daring strategy change to medium tyres provided him with a good opportunity to challenge Andrea Kimi Antonelli for sixth position. Regrettably, he was held up behind teammate Charles Leclerc for much of the race, trapped in grubby air and unable to get the most out of his car. The irritation started to build. Hamilton, who had earlier given up position to Leclerc in China to help the team, felt this time he wasn't being shown the same respect. Throughout the race, Hamilton urged his engineer, Riccardo Adami, to swap positions with Leclerc, arguing that the delay was costing them time and giving Carlos Sainz a chance to pounce. But the response from the pit wall was baffling. At one point, Adami told Hamilton to stay within Doctor's range, an instruction that made little sense given the circumstances. Hamilton responded dryly, "This is not good teamwork. That's all I'm going to say." He wasn't finished. By the time it was finally time to pit, the team had already left it too late. Hamilton had gone through his tyres while waiting behind Leclerc. As he complained in the radio, Adami attempted to reassure him. But Hamilton's stinging riposte came over the static, "Have a tea break while you're at it." It must have been alarming for his teammates to hear seven-time world champion talk in this manner to his crew. Matters took another downturn when Ferrari ultimately instructed Hamilton to relinquish the spot, having acknowledged they were not catching up to Antonelli after all. While Sainz closed the gap behind, Hamilton inquired sarcastically, "Do you want me to let him go too?" Leclerc, to his credit, was diplomatic. He said he knew what Hamilton was asking and conceded he would have done the same thing in his shoes. "There are no bad feelings with Lewis," he said. "He just wanted to try and do something different. I respect that." Leclerc also noted that the performance of the car was a limiting factor to all this. "The potential of the car is just that. It's frustrating," he said. Ironically, as the race progressed, Leclerc's hard tyres entered into their best window, with him able to push, while Hamilton's mediums fell off very quickly. At one stage, team principal Frederick Vasseur queried on the radio, "How quick do you reckon you might go in clean air?" Leclerc replied truthfully, "I don't know." It was a moment that summed up the confusion and uncertainty at the Ferrari garage. For Hamilton, the Miami GP became yet another race of what could have been. The Brit had to suffer through a message that confirmed the inevitable: bring the position back. We are not catching Antonelli. The message was another reminder of a lost opportunity. After the race, both Hamilton and Vasseur attempted to play down the drama. But with radio conversations now open to all, it was difficult to ignore what actually happened. Hamilton afterwards talked openly about the race and his frame of mind during the mayhem. "Firstly, I actually enjoyed the race. We weren't as quick as we wanted to be, but I felt better this weekend," he said. "It wasn't even anger. It was more like, make a decision. You've got all the data. Make it quickly." He added that drivers are under immense pressure during a race and that frustration naturally bubbles over. "You're never going to get the most peaceful messages in the heat of battle," he admitted. One of the greatest sources of frustration for Hamilton was the disparity between the way Ferrari approached things in China and Miami. "In China, I knew I was the slower car, and I let Charles pass because it was better for the team," he explained. "But in Miami, I was on the quicker tire, and Charles was struggling. It took way too long for anyone to understand that. By then, it was too late." Team boss Frederick Vasseur justified the team's move, stating the switch took around a lap and a half. "It's not a big delay," he said. "We had to calculate if being behind in Doctors was quicker or not. It takes time to do the maths." Nevertheless, he accepted the tension and stated, "I had a conversation with Lewis, and I get the frustration. These chaps are champions. They need to win. We want them to consider the team, and that's hard." Hamilton has never been afraid to show his love for racing, and even now after all these years, the flame quite obviously still burns within him. He stated, "I'm not going to apologize for being a fighter. I still want it. I know the team wants it too. I believe that when we sort some problems with the car, we'll be back in the fight. With Mercedes, with Red Bull, with all of them." The message was clear as day. Ferrari must improve, both in car performance and decision-making. Hamilton won't accept anything less, and the fans shouldn't either. So, what do you make of Hamilton's frustrations with Ferrari's strategy in Miami? Do his fears have merit? And most importantly, can Ferrari turn things around before it's too late? Have your say in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to watch the next video on your screen for more F1 drama and analysis. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable notifications so you never miss an update.